So now, you used a little engine, did ya? Bar fight?
3 spacers got the drop on me. Flipped the table. Found good use for a butter knife. Dull, but surprisingly effective.
Alright, right off the bat in the fight.
I was on an outpost and then a predator burst in. It was all jaws and fur and spit. Everyone freaked out. 2 shots and I went back to my sandwich.
Nice, but still, butter knife.
Yeah. You win this round, Andreja.
I needed help.
I will never grow weary of seeing places like this.
This is your 8th visit to ours.
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with? Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so? Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions. It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who? As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal decisions will need to go through.
Yeah.
Assuming all systems are nominal, we are ready to depart.
I've been doing a lot of work lately. Resting my eyes, sitting down, that sort of thing.
Fuck Sony.
Say your last goodbyes. procedure is complete.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remain calm. You're human. It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
You thought you were the only ones? I am afraid you have been unaware of a great many things.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others. We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first. Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race, above all else. Though, it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous. We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work. And so they made the decision to leave when they did. I know. But please, hear me out. You came to us, and so far we don't have any other options. Perhaps if you knew little more about us, it would change your mind. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. da Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
I could kill every one of you.
Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant.
But I won't.
In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert
I can't even be a dick in
researched
video
a
games.
number of scientific scenarios. Climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Persuasion. Do I have?
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason. Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
So, here we are.
I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life. I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly. A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually. Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you? We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them. So they have a name. Paridisio. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there. We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world. I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
What did you need? Oh, right, I meant to give this to you. That is all? Very well.
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
Just because our equipment's old? Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
That we are here, what will be our next course of action?
Why did I think 3 days was going to be enough?
Hope you're staying safe out there.
What a nice day.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board? Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely
All
what we
right,
bring to the table.
Andrea.
Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Belom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront in a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs. That sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us and we can circle back around to this.
What's not to love about this planet?
We'll make some time for you, but keep it quick, yeah? Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things to do outside. No need to mill about in here.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Giro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens! We run a premier resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some bodgy old ship hanging around up there. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners round the other side of the planet on entry so no one sees it. It's bad for business. We need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause a scene. Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about? Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? outfit their ship with a grab drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do. We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paridisio, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance. Well, absurd or not, that's our official stance. I make the decisions that are best for our entire group. You don't. Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff. It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You. I'm not suggesting anything, other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will. We operate outside of the Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs.
Oh, that means I can just kill
We'd rather
you.
not draw attention to it, as I've mentioned. It could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain? They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Free Star Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave. Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
They deserve a renewed chance to decide their own fates. That is the right thing to do.
Right. On behalf of the Paridisio group, we appreciate your help.
I have things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna save it.
I will not aid.
This isn't.
And well for you.
I am gonna load my game. Dude, I hate these fucking people. And
Think very carefully before you speak.
Hey, hope you're enjoying yourself.
You made a big mistake.
I'm out. Only one way to
I will not help you hurt people.
I'll be okay.
I will not.
I'm liberating. I want them to take the planet.
Jeffrey is.
Can't take it.
All right, that was fun. Aw, I can't. See, I was thinking we could liberate.
What is it? What?
What? Okay. She was the one standing on the table and being disrespectful. It was just, it's your, just, you know, doing your will. It's pretty funny.
Enjoy your stay.
I cannot recall ever having the time, let alone the funds, for a vacation someplace like this.
You know what the problem with her is? I don't like her. So I flirted with her in the game, but I don't like her. I actually liked Sarah in the game.
In your orders, Captain.
If you have the time, I wish to speak to you.
Time to greet the stars. Orbital insertion achieved. We're spacebound again.
I tried to shoot and kill them all for you, but it didn't work.
And we're docked.
I got in trouble. I'm wondering if I could get away with doing that. That'd be funny.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
But I'll tell you the truth, in this situation, that is what I would do.
I've heard about you, but here you are.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of, you know, horrible capitalist pigs. And the way the guy was talking, dude. Why can't I? The rich take anything, absolutely everything anyway. They just take everything. They don't need it. They take it. That's what they do.
I don't want to hear any complaints. Keep an eye on your valuables.
Okay. Hello.
A fair amount of business runs through Hopetown.
What the fuck? Why are they coming after me?
Can we speak for a moment?
I have something I wanted to say. But I confess I am afraid of how you will react. I am reluctant to put that to the test. But it is necessary that we are honest with each other. I know that you said you prefer to be surrounded by others, unlike me. But Constellation means something to us both. And I must be honest about why. The little I have spoken of my history has been nothing but truth. I worked with smugglers. I have caused my share of pain and suffering. What I have left out, until now, is that all of that was done on behalf of House Varun. My people. My family. I am not joking. I was born in the great city of Dazra, and raised with the teachings of Jinan Varun. I underwent the rite of Krejar when I came of age. I am of the promised, those who know the truth of the Great Serpent and his inevitable return. Your ability to find the humor in a situation is remarkable. No, I will not kill you for knowing, but you must understand that this is privileged information. Several years ago, I intercepted requests from Constellation to access Varun's space, speaking only of exploration. I was sent to infiltrate Constellation, posing as a former smuggler looking for a new purpose in life. That was the intent, yes. The reality is more complicated. Several weeks after I arrived, I attempted to access secure records within Constellation's archives. Vladimir and Sarah were waiting for me. I admit that stings a bit, but yes. I was horrified. My failure would be reported to the High Council, and the penalty would be severe. Yes, she is. I cannot imagine anyone else in her position doing the same. You and I have spent so much time together. It has been increasingly difficult to keep this from you. And I am sorry for that. Telling you this violates so many of the orders I was given. But it was the right thing to do. I can feel that. You have no idea what a relief that is. Thank you for trusting me.
Just keep it holstered, and we'll get along fine.
Do I have a bounty here?
Yes.
I can't believe Ron Hope's dead.
Pardon.
Excuse me.
Okay, when I go in here, what?
Word is Ron Hope had a heart attack.
Workers like
The next CEO of Hope Tech's got big boots.
This is crazy!
We could save valuable weight if we got rid of the pilot seat. Maybe an ottoman? Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time. Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours. It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are. True. I keep telling myself I'm holding on to it for the right time. Perhaps this is that right time. Nobody wants that. Maybe we can work something out. Tell you what. Sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work. You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
As long as you keep the peace.
I don't know what the hell that was. I got attacked. That wasn't fun. Oh, I'm in air. I can't. All right, here. Yeah, God. helping these people. I feel really bad for them.
Docking integrity, 100%. Good to go, Cap.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to.
Hey, dude, I'm not waving no gun around. What are you talking about? Oh, no, not this way. Oh, wait. Hold on. Ah, yes. Easy to get lost in this ship.
Just stay out of trouble.
People always appreciate a good engineer, whether they know it or not. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, how did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our poor old ship?
Oh, I gotta go back to this guy.
Hey, space visitor! Oh, I've heard of this technology, but always believed it was theoretical in nature. Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to handle. I've waited this long. What's a little longer, eh? Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today. Yes, of course. What grab drive? Just joking with you. The paridisio engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work? Great, great, great. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
Hey there.
I just heard from the bridge that they've been getting some false positives from the sensor readings.
That's fine. Go take a look at it. Shouldn't be too difficult to fix up.
Yes, sir.
Access the left-hand terminal, choose turbo pump port. Turbo pump port.
I've spent my entire life in the constant. Think, all this time we thought we were a...
Plasma runoff inhibitor. 5%.
Loan.
Access middle terminal. Decouple magnetic flange. Decouple. Choose magnetic flange pipe.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Oh, means right, and there's these things and add them up. And engineering and treasure ship, so like phase of things. Still, there's like a left and a treasures. And on this one, you want to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosure. So magnetic flange pipe enclosure, the third option on the list. Pick decouple, and you want to decouple it from the auxiliary module assembly, the second option. And it tells you it's ready, and the chip, there you go.
Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the installation? Thanks.
This came out for the PS5. I started playing it. I got hooked
Careful
again.
waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what it can do. We've got strict rules around here. They're strict for... No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
I need to talk to him. I want to find him again.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down trouble.
Quite a heritage. To have brought this ship
Goodness,
so
I'm
far
not sure
was
yet.
a long time.
We'll need to study our new star map.
Worthy of
Then,
the
well,
pride these portraits
I
show.
suppose we'll venture forth and try to find the perfect new home for us. It may take some time, but I'm confident we'll find something. And when we do, we'll find a shuttle to take us planetside. Thanks again for your help.
Our people never expected to meet with other colonies.
My crew
so
may not
forgive them
realize
if
it
they are
now, but
distrustful.
we will be much happier with a home of our own. Understandably, some are disappointed that we gave up our home, but I think I've managed to convince them that this will be best in the long term. I have no doubt that even if it takes more time, we will manage to find something even better. And it's important to remember we're still way ahead of our original schedule. Everything will be fine. That's a good question, but I firmly believe that establishing our own home is what our ancestors would want for us. I think that we will assimilate to some degree, particularly when it comes to trade and exchange of ideas. However, we've fared by ourselves for so long, it would be unreasonable for our people to give up our own sovereignty in favor of a completely different society's rules and expectations. It may seem like it's about me maintaining control, but it's more about avoiding massive culture shock. We'll get there, but we'll need to ease into it so future generations can reap the benefits. Until next time.
I know Captain Brackenridge has essentially given you free rein to wander the ship, but security will still be watching you closely. I hope you understand, given we have so little experience with people from the outside. It pays to take security seriously, something I understand much better now than in my youth. Take no offense, but I am keeping an eye on you. We had time to prepare ourselves since we arrived in orbit around this planet. We knew there was life, and the predominant... When you approached, we needed to be careful. Plans were in place to deal with both scenarios. I don't have much basis for comparison. People tend to stay in line, but when they don't, I imagine it can be more challenging than out there. We only have a small break. So in the few cases where there was widespread disorder, we needed to improvise. I'm told that has only happened once in our entire history. There was a brief revolt under Captain Brackenridge II, when he amended the rationing laws. Prisoners were confined to their quarters. After the trial, the leader of the mutiny was exiled to space. We take security threats very seriously, for obvious reasons. It may surprise you to learn that I didn't. See, in my teenage years, I was quite rebellious. I stole a keycard and used it to get into the reactor. My shenanigans almost led to a total react. Normally, the punishment for such an act would be ejection from the ship. But my parents pleaded with Diana's father, the captain at the time, for leniency. He agreed. After I served time in the brig, he assigned me a job with the security team. I took the lesson to heart and have been taking my job seriously ever since. Agreed. If not for that incident, who knows how it would have ended for me otherwise. Crew management is certainly a tricky endeavor, and it takes a skilled captain to know how to deal with difficult decisions like that. I will always be grateful for how it was handled. Bye.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that. Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to be more prepared for trouble than ever.
Captain, there's something I wish to speak with you about.
Yes, Mr. Reader? You seem rather concerned. What is it?
It came to my attention that there have been some people voicing their displeasure with the decision to abandon Parama 2 and set forth for New World.
Yes. It seems natural that some would be disappointed. Why is that a problem?
It might surprise you then that some of the talk has been mutinous in nature. Though I have made it clear to those individuals that any talk or action along those lines will be met with swift justice, I thought you should be made aware.
My word. Well, thank you for bringing it to my attention. I feel I should address the crew's concerns soon and try to smooth things over. I'm certain there are ways to make those people happy once again.
Very well then, Captain Mal.
That planet was not right for us anyway. No doubt the next one will be. Don't forget to tell of us in your travels.
Indeed, I hope to see where you go. Alright, I need to... Hello? Alright.
Just stay out of trouble.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships. Now that we know what's out there, things are... You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Well, then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Wow. Hi. Hey, maybe you could help out Abe. He's been talking about needing someone with a ship.
Now that we know there are other people out there...
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict.
Just stay out of trouble.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down trouble.
Where's Abe?
Now that we know what's out there, things are gonna be more interesting.
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Where the fuck is this guy?
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what it can do.
It's not so bad.
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
New home. Oh, hi! Hello! You're the alien. Sorry, old habit. Let me start over. You're the person who helped us with our little dilemma, aren't you? Sorry, yeah. Deep breath. Here we go. I'm Abe. Levitz. Abe Levitz, cabin manager on board the ship. So, I'm happy to help you with anything you need during your stay with us. I'm happy to schmooze with you Oh, you heard? Mostly I just need to find someone with a ship, but hey, yours. I'll save you the spiel, but ever since we found out that people exist out there, the crew's been asking me if we could track down possible relatives. I made the mistake of looking some up, and now they want to connect with them. Oh, you're such a mensch! Thank you! Let me get you the letter and the information you'll need to track down the relative. What? Hey! Sorry. Yeesh. Bite their head off, Abe, why don't you? Sorry, I'm just having one of those days where people expect big things from me and I can't handle it all by myself. What can I do for you? People didn't know what to think. Here we are, minding our own business out. Then we hear some sort of gobble. People had all sorts. Anyway, it's... me. I take care of... Instead, I may have had... See you later, I hope. If you ever need a friendly ear to... glad you asked! It's a demanding job, but I try to keep both the kids... We also have regular media now. Mostly I just... Oh, I feel like... Oh! Mostly I just... I'll save you the I made the mistake of... Now, I'm not... Oh, you're such a Let me get you the...
We're so close to finding our new home. Hopefully it won't be too much longer now.
I wonder...
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
I'm worried about Janet. I
Boy,
wonder if
am
someone
I
from the
glad
outside
you
can
weren't
help
some
her.
sort of alien or something.
I'm a doctor, and I assist my wife Lorelei in... I know it must seem strange to you. I am not the captain, nor am I a security guard. The captain trusts me to... So, Captain, I am glad. Life on a colony ship has its ups and downs, as you can probably imagine. I tend to look on the bright side of things, however. To the best of our knowledge, we were on a critical mission, saving the human race from extinction. That notion was always with us, and it instilled a sense of pride and duty. Sure, the living quarters could be considered cramped, and we could go nowhere else. but we also had near endless time with friends and loved ones. I suppose as I get on in years, I have learned to appreciate that. Be well on your journey.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see what it can do.
Now that we know what's out there, things are gonna be more interesting from here on out.
But aren't you worried about running out of food? They can't save us from that.
I wonder what else is out there.
I just don't think it's fair to the rest of us.
How many more
I
days,
work hard too.
months, years of being
Sure is
cooped
nice
up
to know
here
there are
before
other
we
people out
find
there.
a new place to live?
Hey, there's so much more to learn about now.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
And to think all
Sure
this
is
time
nice
we
to know
thought
there are
we
other
were
people
alone.
out there.
Hey there. I wonder what else is out there.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community. Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
I've lived my entire life in the constant. I'm not sure how else to live.
Great. We were so close to finding our new home. Hopefully it won't be too much longer now.
Whew! What a day! Oh, you hurt? Mostly I just... I'll save you the I made the mistake of... Now, I'm not gonna act... Oh, you're such a... Let me get you the...
We've got strict rules around here. They're strict for a reason.
Wow. Hi.
Oh, I've heard about you. The visitor who helped us get into the situation we're now in, roaming the galaxy with no end in sight. Sorry, I don't mean to be ungrateful or rude. I'm just frustrated. Is it that obvious? Breckenridge is intent on finding a home just as perfect as Paradiso, and it's clear that's never going to happen. I'd love to leave. But outside of you and the occasional passing trade ships we make contact with, there aren't any ways off this ship. And besides, Breckenridge forbids it. I've tried. She insists we stay together for the sake of the community. I'm stuck here. It's a long shot. But then again, you did make her see reason before. Sorry, I know it may not sound like it, but...
When we confront her about this, we will not take no for an answer. She will let you go. You'll see. Such a long time to survive on only the foods that can be grown. Here. I suppose being a picky eater was not an option.
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need... be more prepared for trouble than ever. Just because our equipment's old, doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
We've roamed the stars for almost 200 years. What's a little longer? I'm well aware of Janet's desire to leave. I'll tell you the same thing I told her. For the sake of our mission and community, we need to stay together. Each member of our community is valuable, especially Janet. If she left, we'd be at least a couple of weeks behind in food production while we trained someone to fill her role. But I suppose if you brought us more food staples to tide us over while that happens, we could do it. Say, a large quantity of potatoes? Sorry, that's not going to be enough. If we're really going to do this, you'll need to bring me more. Let me know when you've got what I'm asking for. We've roamed the stars for almost 200 years. What? Safe travels to you.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
My crew may not realize it now, but we will be much happier with a home of our own. Well, if you... I'll be the judge of that. I suppose not. It would be bad for all of us if she slipped into depression. I know, but I don't think so. This is more complicated than you seem to understand. You really think so? Well, it doesn't hurt to consider this proposal, I suppose. That doesn't mean I'm a pusher.
Fuck!
Sorry, I've made up my mind. Unless you can figure out some... Sorry, that's not going to be enough. If we're really going to do this, you'll... Oh? Set a course then. We'll go and take a look. Perhaps this will be the one. Well, if you...
Where can you find them? Vendors like CJ's in Atlantis and Jane in Sidonia.
Sorry, is this still...
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you.
There's so much more to learn about now.
Huh?
So this new grab drive thing we have, what happens when you push it to its limits?
Are you fucking kidding me? This goddamn stupid game. Engineering. Medical bay. Mess hall. Command bay.
Any adventure you can.
I wish that there was easier ways to travel on this. It's
Is there a type of weapon combat tech won't make?
where's CJ's? Outlander.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are current. Welcome to UC. Oh, well, certainly.
Could you please hurry? Resources?
Back to it then.
Aren't you the one I saw running away from that crazy guy?
Where's CJ's?
Finally back with our son.
No! Ah!